Hey everybody, welcome to Pure Snowrunner. Welcome back if you're a repeat offender. So I was going to do, excuse me, the bridge. Well, I am going to do the bridge, but we're going to do this a little differently. Because of the fact that it's uneven terrain, we're going to go with a truck and trailer. So, because you need two beams and two service spare parts, and you're more likely to get it done with a blue trailer like this and not have to tip over. You can do it the other way if you'd like. You can make multiple trips if you'd like, but I want to try to get it all in one shot. And in order to do that, you need to have a decent way to do it. I mean, you can risk it for the biscuit, but again, you can see that we're still doing the same day here. All these videos get recorded. My path is wore down. Um, I have to record when I can record. So what kind of topic can I come up with today? I've already done the, if you could go back in time and do things different, would you do it? But yeah, I think I got to that 18-year-old stage, and then that's when I said I would definitely do it. If you could start at 18, or even in college or high school, I probably would do it that way. Because I would take different classes, more so prepping myself. When I go on to college, I don't know. First of all, I don't come from money. Very, that is an understatement. So getting, I mean, they have grants and stuff where they can help you out, or scholarships or whatever. But those seem to go to the certain. I don't want to be that way, but they just seem to go to people that I don't know. I get they earn it, I guess. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Not everybody can get a scholarship. We'll just leave it at that. So when I go into college, I actually at one time when I was going through high school that I was going to go into the armed forces. I was going to join the Marine Corps. When I go back and actually do it this time, knowing now what would have perspired, or whatever, I think this conspired. What would have happened? I'll just use that word. If I had gone to the Marine Corps back then. First of all, would have gone to a war. It was a short war, but it was still a war. So, thinking back on it, I'd be a war veteran at this time in my life. Alright, so we gotta activate that mission. So we are doing Bridge to Island? Yes. Which is the first one. We need two beams and two service spare parts. It's the same thing, just like before. Beams. And then we're going to take and come around. I would be a war vet. Not the Vietnam or nothing like that, but a war is a war. I mean, some were worse than others. I don't want to downplay anybody's experiences in life. Um, I don't want bricks. I want service spare parts. And people die, and people die needlessly, senselessly, accidentally. Whatever. Just life happens. Um, so I chose not to go to become a Marine or even join any of the armed forces. Not that they didn't hit me up a bazillion times, but I think they do that to everybody that's in high school and once you sign that one card. I can't think of it. Civil service. Not civil service. There's a word for it where you have to sign in when you're 18. I can't think of it. My brain's frozen right now. I gotta get a picture. Let's get one that's not full of darkness. That'll work. It's just a picture for a bridge. Gotta find my little icon on my desktop. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like where I ended up. Yeah, I like where everything I've done led me to. If that answers any questions. So, if that's the case, then you probably wouldn't want to change your future or your past. Because any time you change anything in the past, it could alter the future. So, say I went to the Marine Corps instead of going and doing what I did. Would I meet the same people? Would I have the family that I have now? Who knows? You know, if I'd have moved out, moved to a different state, I wouldn't meet my family that I have now. I wouldn't have the family. I'd have a different family, I guess, but I wouldn't have the family I have currently. But if it was an alternate thing and you didn't know about, if you just erased and started over and you didn't have the memories of this family, then you just start over and have another family. I'm saying, you have no recollection of what you have now. I don't know. I wouldn't want to change any of that. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. It's all just life. When it comes down to it, you choose your own path. Excuse me, about everything. You get to a stoplight and you decide which way you want to go. You want to go straight, left, or right, or go down the road and turn around and go back the way you came. As you grow up, you decide, who do I want to hang with? Who's going to be in my circle of friends? Unfortunately, some people choose that wrong circle, which then puts them down a wrong path. And now they're in jail, in trouble, into things that normally, I wouldn't say normally, but I want to use that word, but that they should have chose a different direction in life. And they'd probably regret, getting into that car, robbing of that bank, it's just things. But you have that power to decide which direction you want to go. And there's things that have popped up through my life that I chose, luckily, the right path in a few situations. And it's hard to cut friends loose But you have to think for you what's going to happen, what could happen. You know, you get in that car where your friend's been, oh, I've only had 2 drinks. I'm not drunk. I'm fine. You just don't know. And then you find out a couple days later that your friend died in a car accident. It's like I could have been in that car. But you weren't, because you made the decision not to. Everything's, if you're one of those people that everything happens for a reason, you know, it's like you were meant to pass away in that car wreck, or you were meant to do this, or you were meant to do that. It was going to happen anyway. Either way, it was going to happen to you. I don't know if I believe that or not, but I would say that your values, the way you were brought up, is going to help you make decisions. Not necessarily right from wrong, I guess, because peer pressure is a big one. Your friends are highly peer pressure. But I don't want to get too deep. Anyway, so we're working on a bridge. Bridge to the island. Pretty simple, straightforward, as you can see. It was so much easier to do it this way. And again, you see how I came down that hill? I was zigging and zagging. Because there's dips and valleys, and you got to keep it on the high points. Talked about that before. So let's get rid of the beams. Yay. And we're going to have to go back and do this all over again. So, to get that other bridge done. All I got to say is, always think about stuff before you just do it. Just because your friends are doing it doesn't make it the right thing. You know? At least sketch things. You know? You know what I mean. I hope you do anyway. Now, if you're older, you could probably relate back to those situations. It's like, man, I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I didn't do this. You know, that kind of thing. Reverse. So, again, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you feel so inclined, you want to check out the links down below. You want to tip your waiter, per se. There is a link to my fan mail address. You can send me fan mail. As well as my Twitch channel if you want to see some live stuff that I do. Yeah, so the next one we're going to do is this bridge to town. I'm just going to bring it up on the thing. So it's all the same stuff. We just have to drive there and drive back. I think what I'm going to do, though, is this. Because it's closer. It's close to this driving all the way back. But that's in the next video. So thank you everybody for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below. I'll get back to you. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye everybody.